For those utilizing ASL interpreter services, our two interpreters are Kate Brenton and Beth Zurif. Instructions on how to pin their video to your screen are in the chat. For those utilizing CART closed captioning services, a link is to the chat as well. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Mohammed Khalid, and I am the interim chair of the Civilian Complaint Review Board. I like to call the CCRB January 2025 Public Board Meeting to order. Thank you for joining us. Will the board please introduce themselves now from the right?
Yes, good afternoon, John Siegel. I was appointed by a mayor, and welcome, Dr. Khalid. Nice to meet you. I just want to note for the record, maybe it's obvious, this meeting marks the beginning of the fourth year in which this board has been without a duly appointed chair.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. I'm Frank Dwyer. I'm a police commissioner designee.
June Northern, Mayor appointee.
Jonathan Darsh, I use he, him pronouns, and I'm the executive director of the agency.
Esmeralda Simmons, I am the public advocate appointee from Bedside.
Peggy Hogan, Happy New Year. I'm the designee from Queens City Council.
Good afternoon. My name is Joseph Puma. I go by he, him pronouns. I'm the City Council designee from Manhattan. I hail from the Lower East Side.
Good afternoon. Happy New Year. I'm Pat Smith, mayoral appointee from Manhattan.
Thank you, Paul. I'd like to ask for the motion. Yeah, the board member who are online, could you please introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, Charlene Brown, Police Commissioner Designee.
Good evening, Herman Merritt, City Council Representative from Brooklyn.
Thank you. Anybody else? That's it. I'd like to ask for the motion to approve the November board meeting. Any second on that?
Second.
Thank you. Are there any changes to our correction to the minutes? If yes, note that we will make the appropriate changes and review the corrected minutes next month. Anybody say no? Okay. Hearing none, all those in favor approving the minutes say aye. All those opposed? The minutes are approved. Now, I'd like to ask the motion to approve the December board meeting. Is any second here?
Second.
Are there any changes or correction to the minutes? If yes, that we will make the appropriate changes and review the corrected minutes next month. If none say, hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes say aye. All those opposed? The minutes are approved. I'd like to begin by saying that it's a great honor for me to serve as an interim chair, and I'm truly grateful to Mayor Eric Adam for his trust in me for giving me this responsibility. Civilian oversight of law enforcement plays a key role in public safety, and I look forward to representing this agency as we begin the new year. Now I'd like to ask the Executive Director, Jonathan Darsh, to give us all the agency's updates. John.
Thank you, Dr. Khalid. Congratulations on your appointment as interim chair. Dr. Khalid already boasts 10 years of dedicated service to the CCRB, and I'm confident in Dr. Khalid's leadership of this agency as we go into 2025. As we look ahead to the new year, I want to take a moment to reflect on some of the many accomplishments of the agency in 2024. The agency received 5,709 complaints in 2024. That is 3% higher than in 2023 and 55% higher than in 2022. That's the highest number of complaints in the last 12 years. This trend underscores the increasing demand for effective and impartial civilian oversight. The agency fully investigated 2,551 complaints in 2024, but also closed 1,734 complaints without any investigation at all. It remains crucial that the agency receive necessary support, the support necessary to fulfill our charter mandate and continue serving New Yorkers. The Administrative Prosecution Unit closed 358 cases in 2024, including 32 findings of guilt after trial by a police commissioner and 128 guilty pleas. Altogether, 228 members of the NYPD were disciplined because of APU action, which is slightly more than double the number of members of service disciplined in 2023 as a result of APU action. Also, in December, the first racial profiling and bias-based policing case was tried, a milestone of collaboration between the APU and the new Racial Profiling and Bias-Based Policing Unit. The Outreach Unit conducted over 1,000 presentations, workshops, and events reaching more than 40,000 New Yorkers. The CCRB's Youth Advisory Council's Speak Up, Speak Out Youth Summit was a huge success, and the cohort also produced 2 radio ad campaigns on iHeartRadio and the Spanish broadcast systems of New York. These ad campaigns reached an impressive 175,000 listeners. I'm confident that the agency will build on the successes of 2024 and continue to make meaningful strides in 2025. Our office is open for walk-in complaints, but it is also possible to file complaints online at nyc.gov/CCRB complaint, by telephone at 1-800-341-2272, by dialing 311, or by tagging the agency on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. For those wishing to speak during public comment session of today's meeting, we ask that you keep your questions and comments to 4 minutes. If anyone wishes to file a complaint now, we have 2 investigators on hand ready to take any new complaints. The investigators on call this afternoon are Emma Steidehar and Will Jacobson. Yvonne Torres is also here from our Civilian Assistance Unit. I turn it back to you, Dr. Khalid.
Thank you, John. I like to thank all of you, my board members, that they have sent me good wishes when I became the interim chair. I'm very happy that we have a great board, great staff, a great director, and I'm looking forward to making sure that we work in an impartial way and make sure the public is fully protected, and at the same time, everything is in a fair way. So at this time, if anybody has any question, any board members, any question on John?
Mr. Chair, if I may ask the question of the Executive Director.
Yes.
John, in 2023, I think you reported 5,500 complaints or thereabouts.
Correct.
And of those 5,500, now it's a year later, how many of those have resulted in a finding of substantiated?
So I'll have to pull that number for you for next month, Mr. Smith,
Yeah,
because the math on that is a little difficult.
all right. Thank you.
Anybody else has any question, any board member? If none, we will proceed with the presentation from the Director of Outreach, Jahi Rose.
Good afternoon, everyone. As mentioned, my name is Jahi Rose. I'm the Director of Outreach for the Civilian Complaint Review Board. I go by he, him pronouns, and congratulations on your appointment as intern chair. The New York City Civilian Complaint Review Board is the nation's largest independent oversight entity. We're the largest police force in the country. The CCRB investigates, mediates, and in some cases administratively prosecutes allegations of misconduct alleged against members of the New York City Police Department. The agency is formed of 15 board members, some of which you would meet tonight. You have 5 members that are appointed by the New York City Mayor, 5 that are appointed by the New York City Council, 3 designated by the Police Commissioner, 1 appointed by the Public Advocate, and the chair is jointly appointed by the Mayor and the City Council. The agency can investigate various types of complaints. Those include force, abuse of authority, discourtesy, and offensive language. Helpful acronym is FATO. Now, if you'd like to report police misconduct, as previously mentioned, you can file a complaint with our agency's website, nyc.gov/CCRB complaints, or call the agency's phone number at 1-800-341-CCRB or 1-800-341-2272. Remember, if you see footage of misconduct on social media or in news media, you can feel free to file a complaint. If you weren't there, you can tag the CCRB in our typical handle, which is _CCRB, which is CCRB_NYC. Other ways to file a complaint with our agency include calling 311. You can also come to the agency's headquarters at 100 Church Street in Lower Manhattan on the 10th floor. You could also direct message the agency on our social media platforms, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X. You could also send a letter to the agency at 100 Church Street, 10th floor, New York, New York, zip code 10007. You can also file a complaint at a local police precinct. It does not have to be the precinct in the confines where the incident may have taken place or the encounter took place. The police officers at the precinct are required to take complaints despite where the complaint may come from any member of the public. You could also just request a application or a form and a self-addressed envelope, and you can send that by mail straight to the agency. If you'd like to request a CCRB presentation, you can feel free to contact the outreach unit at outreach@ccrb.nyc.gov. Also follow us on our social media platforms, as mentioned, Instagram, Twitter, or X, and Facebook. Thank you very much.
Any board member has any question regarding the?
To clarify, we investigate alleged misconduct. People report alleged misconduct, we investigate alleged. If we sustain it, then it is misconduct. Thank you.
Anybody else has any question? Well, my discussion with the executive director, sometime in 2025, we will be outreaching in every borough when it permits us to do that, when the staff and the budget allows us, that we will be going to all the 5 boroughs and have the outreach meeting there. When will that happen? We'll let you know on that. Now we have public comments. I would like to begin by saying, let's see here. Anybody who wants to, we'll start with the virtual meeting. People who are calling us, we want them to make a comment. Please raise your hand features. Please keep your comment to 4 minutes on virtually calling us.
Thank you, Chair. First, we'll be hearing from Andrew Case, joining us virtually.
Mr. Case, are you there?
I'm here. It just took a minute to get to me. Thank you. I come bringing good news. My name is Andrew Case. I'm supervising attorney at Latino Justice Pearl Deaf. I have followed your work for a long time. As you know, Dr. Khalid, it is so great to see you again. Jonathan said you'd been there for 10 years. You were there when I left in 2007, and you'd been there for a couple years at the time. So it's much more than 10 years. You have a great experience, and I wish you the very best and have the greatest hopes for you. I come bearing
Thank you
good
very
news
much.
from Franklin Stone, who was the chair, Dr. Khalid. You'll remember when you were first named to the board, and Philip Ure, the former Inspector General for the NYPD, and Nicholas Mitchell, who was an investigator with me and is now the monitor for the LA County jails. As you all might know, in September, the New York City Monitor for the Police Department issued a discipline report criticizing the NYPD's disciplinary actions, particularly in response to investigations that you have so thoroughly investigated and substantiated, and sought public comments. And Chair Stone, Philip Ure, and Nick Mitchell submitted a joint comment, which I will be happy to send along to you all if any of you have seen it, suggesting two significant modifications to the operations of the CCRB. First, they recommend that because of the structure of the board and the fact that you are no longer investigating or overseeing police investigations where they need to have police bias taken away, you have a full investigative staff and lawyers reviewing the cases, that the board should no longer vote in panels on cases. You should allow the agency, you should, the charter says that you have to make findings on cases. You've delegated hearing cases to the agency. You should delegate making findings to the agency. This will save you tons of time, tons of work. Board members are overworked, having to read stacks of cases only to approve the investigations that are far more thorough than they were 40 years ago when board review began. The other thing that Phil and Franklin and Nick recommend is that you restart the process of trying cases before oath. Cases used to be tried before oath, when instead of in the NYPD trial room, and that was ended in 2001 based on a decision from the first department that has come under substantial criticism, including from the monitor's report, and which is almost certainly no longer good law. So Michael Gerber at the NYPD is a very reasonable man and a great attorney, and I suggest that the CCRB reach out to find a way to send at least some of the cases. It used to be that police officer cases were tried at oath and high-ranking officers were tried at the trial room. You can do that again. I will send the letter on to everybody. These are recommendations from people who I respect a great deal, and I hope that you both respect a great deal as well. Thank you all for your work. Dr. Khalid, congratulations. I look forward to hearing great things from you.
Very much. I appreciate that, and everything you said is noted. Anything you want to add, John, to it?
Yes, Mr. Case, if you have my email, you can send me the letter and I'll make sure it gets forwarded to the board members.
Thank you so much, John.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Case, for your relaying those recommendations. I find both of them to be very interesting. Could you, I would like to see the letter, but I also, at this point, since you're right here, I'd like to ask you to embellish upon having the staff make findings. I think that would require a change in the charter.
Sorry, I had muted myself already. I think that it would require a change in your rules, but not a change in the charter. And it's explained why in the letter, but I will scroll to it. Okay, the language of section 440 says that the board shall consist of 15 members and they may establish panels. So there's no requirement to have board panels. The board has the power to receive, investigate, hear, make findings, and recommend action on complaints by members of the public. The board has delegated the power to receive, it has delegated the power to investigate, it has delegated the power to hear the complaints. The only thing that it currently does is make findings and recommend actions. There's nothing in that sentence that suggests any portion of those elements are different from the others and must be and cannot be subject to delegation. And there's lots of law on agencies' ability to delegate authority to staff, which is maybe too much to get into verbally. I admit that it would be, some people would challenge it or question it, but I think that it's a sound policy, particularly given the fact, as you guys all know, the board originally in the Lindsay administration was simply a group of some police officials, some civilians who reviewed investigations from the police department. The civilian portion was simply to add civilian views to police investigations. We now have fully civilianized investigations. We have, you have attorneys. The attorneys that are going to bring the cases in the trial room or an oath are the ones that have cases. And ultimately, the police commissioner is going to be making a decision on discipline anyway. So the idea that you need to have more roadblocks in the way, particularly I know there have been staffing issues at the board that has slowed down cases in the past couple of years with the more complaints you're getting. You're having cases age. The NYPD is calling short statute of limitations on some cases, even when there is time left in the statute of limitations. So all of this would help move the cases along, allow for effective resolution of cases, substantiated and unfounded and exonerated cases, so that police officers and civilians would have quicker resolution to their complaints. But I'll send a letter.
Thank you. We'll be looking forward to your letter. Thank you. Anybody else?
We have discussed there are 11 members on this board right now, when it is because the mayor has failed to make 2 appointments and the city council speaker has failed to make an appointment, and the 2 of them jointly have failed to name a chair. So if you could send recommendations to those 2 elected officials to do their duty and get us up to a full 15-member strength, that would give us 5 3-member panels hearing cases rather than 3 3-member panels hearing cases.
I think that would be great. I'll write to them all.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Jerry, anybody else on the?
Yes, next we'll be hearing from Doyen Adiku Abouaba.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sirs.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. My name is Sade Donyadieko. I have my CCRB number 2024736. The complaint, I came in person to complain about the invitation of the police to the scene of harassment and stalking. So they did not show up, but when I came, I received this complaint number and I was asked to call the AIB number 212-741-848-401. I've called the number. Sometimes they ask me to go to Police Plaza to collect the report. I went there. They said I should do it online again. As I did all they asked me to do, since then I've not collected the police report yet.
Mr. Abouaba,
Yes, sir.
are you trying to get the result of a NYPD investigation or a CCRB investigation?
I came to CCRB to report to complaints about calling 911 police, and they said they were coming. I did not see them. They received my call. They did not come around. So I now went there to say, since you did not come, this is what has happened. So I came to CCRB to complain, and I received a complaint number from CCRB that I should call AIB, to collect the report. So this is almost 4 months ago, or 3 months ago. I've not, been able to receive any.
Mr. Abouaba, what I'm going to ask is that one of our investigators here, Will, if you could hold on, we'll get in touch with you right now, and we will try and get you the information you need, whether it's tonight or tomorrow. We'll get it to you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
The jury, anybody next on the online?
And just really quickly, Mr. Abouaba, we will send you a text in the chat directly requesting your contact information. Chair, that concludes the virtual portion of the public session.
Thank you. For those joining in person and are interested in making a public comment, please line up behind the podium. And again, please keep your comment for 4 minutes.
Hello, my name is Myers. I'm the mother of Kalia Sophia and Task Force to End Gender and Domestic-Based Violence. I serve on the Community Action Board that gives federal funding to nonprofits and after-school programs. And Happy New Year to you all, CCRB. I'm happy to hear the accomplishments that we saw and achieved last year with the CCRB. I want to stress that going forward in 2025, we need to take special attention to domestic violence situations and ensuring that our police have the sensitivities in dealing with those matters. Some people have New Year's resolutions. I have New Year's wishes. So my wishes are to see more proactivity about the budget. What Alva Rice did as the interim chair was phenomenal. So we do not lose any of the progress that she achieved as the interim chair. Those are great shoes to fill. Dr. Khalid, I'm sure you are phenomenal, but she was so exceptional. So I just want to point that out. I also would love to see government efficiency to minimize trauma and to make sure that when people are submitting reports that they're done in a efficient time span, so that it doesn't go on and take a long time to resolve, and that there's no violation of the people that the NYPD are supposed to protect. Last year, I experienced police brutality from the 24th precinct. I was zapped by some kind of electrical device on my right side when I was chained to a bench, and I was shackled at the ankles, like as reminiscent of the slaves, the enslaved people who were brought over in chains. And so I would like to ensure that when people are submitting complaints, that CCRB, you all know that your role and your responsibility is so great to ensure that when police are not, the word chastise comes to mind, but when they're not held accountable for the things that they do that are against the needs of the community or taking certain sensitivities, that those things cause greater detriment, and it allows more police officers to do greater harms and damages. So it's very important that we are making the right decisions and setting a standard for the police, and that is the responsibility of this board. So thank you.
Thank you very much. You've been a great advocate. Thank you. And I promise you that I don't know Arva Rice, but I'm sure she was a great chair, and I'll try to do the best I can. Thank you. Mr. Myers.
Yes, I'm Michael Myers. I'm the president of New York Civil Rights Coalition. I will keep my comments within 4 minutes, which is going to be impossible to do, but I will do that. Giving you new rules about this and your concerns about disruptions. John Siegel, thanks for reminding us. That has been 4, you didn't say that, damn years, I'll say it. 4 damn years, we were waiting for the mayor of the city to appoint somebody who's a permanent chair, in quotes, permanent chair of the CCRB. What's going on? Nobody here at the board has written and protested the mayor. I've urged you to do that. I don't have a copy of the letter. I don't have a copy of any telegrams, emails, nothing. Have you done it? Why don't you name the mayor? The appointment of a permanent, in quotes, chair of this panel. It's an insult. And you sit there and you take the insult month after month, year after year. His term as mayor will run out before you have a permanent chair, because he apparently will not appoint one. It's impossible to accept this nonsense now. I hope his term runs out sooner than later. Maybe without a pardon from President Trump. His term will end sooner than we think. With respect to the interim chair, thank you for getting into the hot seat. and being so respectful and civil, more respectful and civil than I could ever be. So
Thank you.
you used the word trust. I don't use that word trust. There used to be a phrase, trust but verify. You gotta verify, and that's the commission's role. To verify, to check, to investigate, to chastise, and to punish when punishment seems implicated. Based on the previous reports of the executive director and the other chair, the police commissioners have not been interested, willing to punish the police officers who have been adjudicated, who have been found responsible for misdeeds and misconduct towards the public. And you have to ask, what kind of police commissioner do we have that will not enforce the law? The law, meaning the public policy that created this damn commission in the first place. She disrespects you, she disrespects the public, and I don't care what their name is. He, she, they disrespected the public. And I'm so hopeful because, you know, I'm a quote unquote fan of the Tishas. You know, I was so hopeful this current present police commissioner would do the right thing. She would come here, talk to the public, to the commission, and tell you and advise you that it's going to be a new day. I'm going to listen to y'all. I'm going to follow your advice and your guidance. And if when I don't, I'm going to put it in writing and specify why I can't do it. But I will not violate the law or the spirit of the law. I haven't heard a word from her about that. I haven't seen her in the subways. I haven't seen her in the streets. I haven't seen her on TV. I haven't seen anything other than running her mouth in terms of public information and public relations. And I'm furious. I really am. So we don't have a police commissioner who has the decency and the respect for this body to come here to talk to you as a board in a public session so we can hear it. We want to see it. We want to hear what she got to say. So finally, I was hopeful for this police commissioner. I really was, but I'm not anymore. And the reason why I'm not anymore, and it hasn't been a month, but I read a column from my former intern. He was a young guy, brilliant. I hired him as an intern at the New York Civil Rights Coalition. His name is Harry Siegel. He's now a columnist for the New York Daily News. I suggest you read or reread Harry Siegel's column about this police commissioner. And I'm trying to find the title, but it was a pun and on the name of Shell. Yeah, a Shell game. Shell meaning the new guy in charge of NYPD. It was an interesting column. So I don't have time to go over it now, but it was shocking that Harry documented the current police commissioner's insensitivity, irresponsibility, his idiocy with respect to police civilian review processes. She just taps people on the hand just like the other police commissioners did. She ain't no different than I am. So I want to tell you that it's shocking. I'm so disaffected and disappointed. Every time I look for hope, every time I think we're going to have progress, something else happens. We have another police commissioner who doesn't respect you. Another police commissioner doesn't respect the public. Another police commissioner doesn't respect civil rights. Another police commissioner doesn't understand what civil liberties are. Another one. And her term may end prior to the mayor's, or the mayor's term may end prior to her term ending. But I can already say, read the column of Harry Siegel, and I'm not going to read it here on the record. I only have less than 4 minutes. But it's time for them both to go. Mayor Eric Adams, get the hell out. Police commissioner, you've already failed to be responsible as a public servant. When you pat the hand people on the police force, as opposed to enforcing the law and making sure the police department is held responsible and accountable to the people. You've already failed. Why do I have to wait 3 more months? What's that 3 more years? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. The next is the old business. Do we have any old business to come before the board? Oh, there's any? Yes.
You should come up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Asma. My name is Asma. And I was here before, I think 2024, and I have so many cases with the CCRB, but at the same time, they close all of them and they transfer it to the same NYPD. So nothing happened until this moment. They keep continuing harassing us, abusing us, assaulting us, and with all the people in my area until this moment. And whenever I call them to help, they always never respond. And then when I say I don't need them, before even I finish the call with the 911, I see them front of my door. Wherever, every single time I feel not safe, they never respond to me. And I know they are behind everything behind me. And I already told them so many times, if you have something against us, it's okay. You have my apartment, you have already my address, you have everything. You confess us and you tell us by the law what we have done to let everybody like just accusing us like that, abusing us. So you don't have to hit our reputation by saying that I am criminal or I am just like a psycho. So they are doctor. That is fine. If they are doctor, you can just bring someone here and you can just examine us. That is fine for me. But they don't have something to come just let the people cursing us like that. Just a few days ago, like 2 days ago, I called them in the weather. They left me. They didn't want to come. I keep continuing even to call 911. They keep continuing, refuse to answer me over the phone. And I already got like recent and abusing by the people working with them like snatch or whatever, working with them that is buying or report to them wherever we go anywhere. And I already have just a small video, but I have no time to see this one. I can just show it to whatever the people they want to investigate with me. They already christened me so many times, and they already told me, they said, we're not gonna leave you. I know that they want me to leave this country, but I'm not gonna listen to anyone because I need to know what I have done. At the same time, I keep continuing. I told Mr. John, please let me just know what's going on. He said to me before, okay, I will handle your case by myself. And if you didn't feel satisfied with the result, I'm going to discuss with you. And that is me last September. And nothing happened. I tried to reach him. He didn't respond. I tried to reach anyone from his office. Never respond. So I don't know what's going on. And I respect him so much. Since I saw him, I said that he is like for myself. That is something is big something for me that is gonna help me, but actually that is not happening because I was feeling that he's gonna do something for me. Even he told me there is your case is not gonna be something not related under my allegation. I will guide you for different, like just say department or whatever who can just handle you like human rights or something. No one do something with me until this month. 6 years later now, they keep continuing surrounding me. They keep continuing bother me. They involved all the people in my area, my neighbors. They call me psycho, criminal, suspicion, terrorist. Everything you can say it, they say it to me. And I want to see if I did something. So why you don't want to see it? I have the right to see. If I'm criminal, that is fine. Just show it to me. Even I'm criminal. It's supposed to be just give me the punishment. After I see this, I am the one. I did this one. And after that, they can release me, but it's not gonna just like believe them with me, like something like that. Wherever they have free time, so why is he doing something like that with me? And this I want to understand from this time. I want to understand what I have done because that is not fair for me. If every single time I make a lot of complaint, they close it. Even I prove with him the some stuff. They said that is from his job. Their job is talking without no clothes. They have taken without no scarf. And when I ask them why you talking, they have no any answer. But after they need fabricate some reports with the people working with them, the court. I figure out that is me. I did a felony, serious in there. Everything bad you can say it. They make it with me, and I already showed to them the video. The other people working with them. They broke my apartment. I have to defend myself, even to push him outside. They said, oh, you heard him. This makes sense. If somebody broke your apartment and they're supposed to be, you help yourself, and they took me out with no clothes, and when I asked them why, they said, you're under the arrest. Why? Until this moment, I have to pay for this one. Everybody, they have the picture from them, because no one was inside my apartment, only the cops and us. And they distribute my picture, and the people said, oh, we saw you that they are crazy. They took you without no scarf like crazy person, and they show it to all the people in the mosque. Until this moment, I have to pay for this one. And every single time, they fabricate some stuff. I don't know why they have no time. They have no duty to do it. So that's only me. They just surround us. Trust me, I don't want to come today. My husband too, and he said, I have already more than enough, and I left everything between God, because no one is gonna do anything, and that is true. But at the same time, I said no, because as a woman, I can't bear this one, because not every single time, and I'm not gonna cry, because every single time they said, oh, you have emotion. Doesn't matter if I have emotion, I'm a human being. At the same time, I requested from them, let me know what I have done. But they sent for me, Lara, that they close this one because they have something against me. So I want to see, right now, front to you all, I want to see what I have done.
So, first of all, I want to apologize because I made many efforts to get in touch with the New York City Commission on Human Rights, and they also ignored me. So, but on behalf of the city, I apologize that no one got in touch with you.
It's okay for me. It's okay. Just I need to know. Just say why. Just I need, why me? Why especially us? Why they choose us to play game on us like that? Why they hit our reputation? Why everybody, even now back home, they contact somebody, and I have proof to back home. They know already my address back home, and they keep continuing. Said we know already everything happened to you in America. Just imagine, just to prove that is I am the one. I'm not like good person. I am troublemaker. I'm suspicious. Just imagine. I can't live with my family. I can't bring my kids. I can't bring anyone from my family because they're gonna do something. Until this month, I am between me and my husband. I have a lot of problems. They heard me by religion. When I ask them, I have to wear my scarf. Fucking your religion. So why fucking my religion? No, it's okay. That is fine. If they say something like that, why they saying something like that? I don't have the right to wear my scarf. I don't have the right to wear something under my abaya. I already was running from the bathroom to see who is blocking my door, and my legs bleeding. And it's already I showed to the people work in the CCRB, and they never do anything. And when I show it to you everything, and everything is already true, clear.
So one of the problems, ma'am, is we have jurisdiction over the police, and when we spoke, there were issues that weren't police related, and so they needed to be handled by the Commission on Human Rights. And so I will redouble my efforts to get someone from there who can handle your complaints, because not within our jurisdiction. There are no complaints within our jurisdiction that are open still. So I will be in touch after I am in touch with the Commission on Human Rights, and I will talk to my chief of staff, Yahaira Alvarez, about making sure that we get in touch with someone from CHR this week who can take your complaints.
Yeah, but just please, I need to know why us. Why basically us? Why?
I understand that, but I can't answer.
And
your
until this moment, I
questions.
told you, they keep continuing surrounding me. Even I called them, because I told them I don't want to even make complaint with you. Trust me. That is what I need to be alone and in peace. That is what I said to the IB. I said, okay, if the cops didn't want to leave me because they pay money, somebody pay for them money to hit us and let us leave the country, that is fine. Here in NYC, they told us that is mean dairy cops. But I don't know even why they do something like that.
Cops hits you, or
Yeah, of course, he heard me, and they are behind everything I have it.
you didn't file a complaint with the?
I did file, but they closed it. Even I borrowed for them. I have the video and I showed to them, and they closed it. Even they have some people involved from the USCB, Amazon, some stuff like that. When I have law from the government, they open it, see everything. They know everything. They have my social security. They have my ID. They have everything. Whatever I'm trying to prove, that is when they heard me, I have some stuff in my hands, and they already, I have torn in my hand after they already abused them. Said, we didn't do something wrong. They already know how to do something like that, and they can show to something different. And I already have the MRI proof. This one, that is, I got heard from them after this one. And when they send they send like ambulance, they send somebody from them. Refuse to give me the plate number. They refuse to give me anything. They refuse to give me their name. How come it is I can't trust? Even when I was in the ambulance, they said, you have to shut up your mouth, you are criminal. Just imagine, how are you gonna just trust the people? If I am inside the ambulance, they told me something like that. I requested from, give me your plate number, they refused. I said, just give me your name, they refused. And after that, they said, you are criminal. So I can't just every single time like that, and I'm gonna start my new year by something when I'm gonna just get like holy months, I'm gonna start like in Ramadan or something like that. They're gonna keep continuing in the masjid, something. They let everyone, they have my picture when they took me, and they show it to everybody. They showed me who don't want me to come in the masjids.
So she has filed complaints with the CCRB, and the CCRB has investigated them, but has also determined that many of the issues that she has with the religious institution or the restaurants in her neighborhood are not issues that the CCRB can handle, or issues with the EMTs. Those are things that really are best investigated by the Commission on Human Rights. And so we are not saying that you are not making valid complaints about all of these different people.
You have more than 4 cases and you close it already. Even you have the proof. Even they stop me in the street. I'm sorry, because you don't have time and I have to finish a little bit something. Because if I'm gonna keep continuing, 1 year, I'm not gonna finish. 1 year, I'm not gonna finish. Not 4 minutes. 4 years, 10 years, I'm not gonna finish. They stop me in the street. They took my bag. They put it in the garbage in the street. And after I show it to the people here from the CBR, they said, so they have proof. So what is the kind of the proof this one? If they stop me in the street and they told me he's bit in the floor in the street, what's going on? Of course I bit. I have some medical history, and when I smell any drugs, any marijuana, I can't feel something like bad. I have to take my breath. So what's going on with them? They have nothing to do with me. They said, oh, because he is beating the people, so they are crazy, not me, because the people in the car, how I'm gonna spit on them when they are inside the car? How come like that? I am walking in the street and they are in the car. I can show it to you, the people. They have can from the liquor. They throw it on me when they are in the car. They give me the finger when they are in the car. They trying to provoke me by everything. And because I am walking already in the street, you can show me already, of course. Because they have the car, I don't have the car. They abusing me when they are in the car, and they give me the finger. And they whipping me everywhere. I'm trying to me complain with the NYPD. They not come because they work with them snatches, they work with them reporting is point. So why they want to take care? If they not related to all these issues, why they don't want to take care?
Have you filed with the Human Rights Commission any report?
I told them so many times, please, I left my address, I left my phone, they never. I'm saying 6 years like that. Surrounded me, I left it so many times. There was the human right. I go everywhere with the CCRB. I go everything. Even last time, just 2 days ago, they send some people behind me in the store is calling Baladi. They let the people sit safe. So take for what? I'm already paying money for everything I got it. If they have proof, why they do not show it to me? So it's something make me really upset, because if they say something, why you do not prove it to me? So if I did something wrong.
We are over time now, but we'll look into it. We will.
Okay, that is fine. Thank you. But you have please to take this one, because I'm not gonna keep my holy days like that. And I have Ramadan. They kick me from the masjid too. You have to understand. I can't just be like that. In the masjid too, they told me you don't have to come because the cops always behind you and they have troublemaker with them, or you have something like, I don't know, issues. That is what they give to them. I'm not gonna keep my life like that.
Okay.
You have to take care of this one.
We'll look into it. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Anybody else from the public?
I trying just to dig instead of him, because he already give up for everything. That's why I'm trying to dig, but because he has something, I said, okay, I just wanna dig because I know that no one is gonna do anything.
So nobody from the public anymore. So we'll go into the old business. We have any old business to discuss?
I'm not gonna dig even. one second, because I have so many groups.
Like punished because this one is something bigger more than you. I want to know who is the bigger, that is he already put me in their brain and they do something like that. So I want to know who is this person. And I have so many proofs that people, they said something like that. That's why even all the people in my area, my neighbor, my friend, they get scared because they said they're gonna do same like they did with me. So please just try to take care. And I want to understand what's going on. At least let me just know. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Is there any new business before the board? Hearing none, I'm going to move now. We break into the executive session. The agenda for the executive session is the executive director will discuss pending personal actions and the general counsel will provide update regarding pending litigations. Is there a motion to adjourn the executive session? So I have a second.
Second.
So moved. This meeting is now adjourned for executive session.